Music with CW3PR, scoring for sci-fi, horror, and fantasy film and TV. I'm Charlene Harris. I wrote the Sookie Stackhouse novel. The marriage of music and film and TV is essential. I couldn't be more pleased to introduce you to our stunning panel of composers, some of the most talented in the business today. Here to kick off the panel is a video of this group's pivotal work, as seen to picture, followed by an intro by the moderator and the BMI director, Ann Cesari. Enjoy and thank you for having me here.
We wanted to make sure that we did something that was counterintuitive to what is normally done in the science fiction genre for television, which is, big, heroic, flying music with strings and horns and snares, and just the typical stuff that you might not really pay much attention to, but it's a familiar sound to a viewer. So the two of us wanted to go more into the subtext of these characters and create more of an internal process of confusion on why they have these superpowers, instead of the feeling of being reconciled with it. I am this person. They're troubled that they've got this stuff going on. And that's sort of what we wanted to reflect in all of these characters. And we had to do it by taking each character and trying to create some kind of sound that we thought represented what their characters' struggles were.
It was one thing to know that you wanted to do it and then to have to actually see what it took to do it that way, and then still want to do it after all the 100-hour weeks. I did Mission Impossible 2 with a hernia, and I wasn't allowed to have surgery until the movie ended. So that is true.
And those are the stories, the real stories, right? Nate, you go out of your way to find unique instrumentation and instruments. Can you give us some examples of some various unusual instruments that you've used? I know you have a great ethnomusicology.
I have a human bone trumpet. I've actually had a couple funny first dates introducing that as an instrument.
And we get the real story.
It's a femur. It's a human femur from Tibet. And they seem to take some of the monks there when they die, and they turn their leg bones into trumpets and then their skull caps into percussion instruments. It's pretty gruesome, but they're cool.
Question. For a lot of the sounds we use our voices. Because again, when we started, we had no money. We were seriously newbies. And at CalArts, I got really into extended vocal techniques and all this stuff that makes you no money in the real world. But somehow,
but it worked out for you.
Somehow we found an application for it.
You're a Julian singer now?
Yeah, oh sure. But, so we found an application for that by a lot of times we would record these vocal gestures and compose them on sounds. So because the bending is so gestural.
Have you ever suggested silence
Oh,
to a
absolutely.
director?
Yeah,
Many times.
In fact,
Do they take your advice?
there's a lot of films out right now that could benefit from that. Stopping the music once in a while would be a stronger movie, but there's this fear, I guess, the moment the music stops, the audience is going to run out of the theater because they're so bored, I guess. It's really a statement about not being confident in your own movie. But I was just going to say a little thing about doing sound effects with
please.
your mouth. And, I don't know if you knew this, but the Enterprise goes by the original series. The title sequence, that was the composer going, or whatever. And if you listen to X-Men 2, when the jet is powering down, that's me going,
Okay, so I wrote a piece of music and they threw it in there and the meeting went on. I was up in my office, kind of oblivious to what was happening downstairs, and then the phone rings and it's the producer of the game, Patrick Gilmore, and he's like, hey, can you come downstairs? Stephen wants to see you. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of just like working on this terrible game that I was in charge of. I'm like, Stephen who? You know? And he's like, Steven Spielberg. And I was like, what? Okay, so at the building we were at was this escalator, so I go to the top of the escalator. And as I get to the top, I notice that Stephen is standing at the bottom of the escalator. So, literally, this was like the longest moment in my life. As you're thinking, like, do I run down the stairs? Do I walk down the stairs? Do I just
Do you give him a hug?
comfortably like this? And I decided just to stand on the stair and let the escalator take me to him. And it was like a shot out of one of his movies. It was like this thing or something. Except it was Steven Spielberg's face. And his hand comes up, Michael, nice to meet you, and this and that. He's like, I love the music that you did. And he's like, you're scoring the game, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. And he's like, and we're going to record it with a live orchestra, right? I'm like, yeah, we are.
Please help me thank this amazing.
No, I just know